All right, we should be live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream where we trade the market open every day. YouTube's giving us excellent connection. I hope you guys had a phenomenal New Year's and New Year's Day and all that fun stuff. Today is Thursday. I feel like I should have known that quicker. It's January 2nd, and 2020. So here we go, guys. First trading day of the new year. It's 9:18, so we're 3 minutes a little behind schedule. 12 minutes till the market opens. So we're gonna be talking about the watch list first. We're gonna then at 9:30 local time. I mean Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, guys. We're gonna trade the opening bell for about 30 minutes. Check the video description below if you guys have any questions. Let's get to the watch list. Where are we at? Okay, so we're looking at IPHA right now. This is the last one on my watch list. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. But over here on the bottom left, you guys can see everything that I kind of marked that I'm kind of looking at. The first one on our watch list today is no, wait, that's wrong. Why did this restart? Hold on, I got to bring back my watch list. Whoop. Here we go. Okay, SES. So let me quickly go to that one. Right down here. SES, 89 million market cap, 15 million float, US biotech gapping 53% because the CEO earlier this week bought shares. That's usually always a very bullish indicator, and you can see here this thing, now it's already at 97% gapping up. So this thing, or 88%. I mean, this is huge. And one actual thing, this is actually out of place. The next one we're going to talk about, the CEO is buying back shares. This one has a new news out today, or actually on Tuesday, about a new patent for delivering gas. It's sorry for the confusion. This is an 8 million market cap, 1 million float, U.S. special chemicals company. It was a former gapper in October, so let's quickly go to the long-term chart so you guys see what I'm talking about. Right here. So in October we had a big gap up, and right now we hit over 10 bucks. Now there's a good chance we're going to pull back to 8, big support in this area. So I wouldn't mind seeing if we could snag a market open morning panic trade here around $8. So that's kind of like the main thing I'm looking at right now. We're also looking at SAVA. This is why I was confused, because SES was down here, SAVA was down up here, and I usually have it in the right order. This one, 89 million market cap, 50 million float, US biotech, gapping up 50%, I think even more now. Let me quickly check if this thing's changed. Yeah, about 50%, pulling back a little bit now. And this is the one because the CEO bought shares earlier this week. I think that was also on Monday or Tuesday. Really nice gap up, and CEO buying shares is always a really bullish sign. These guys don't have the worst long-term chart, but if you scroll back a little bit, you'll see this thing has always kind of been falling down just through, I haven't checked if it's through reverse financings or not, but it has a lot of these gap down areas, and I wouldn't be surprised right here in June if they had some reverse financing where they sold additional new shares and those were being diluted into the market. So I think that's a big sign of that usually. So I would have to check again, but that's kind of what my current thesis is. So 667, 6.7, big resistance here. And if you just go to the pre-market, you can see we went all the way up to 785, but now we're selling off again. So we went all the way around this, close to this $8 area. So maybe there's another big resistance there, but overall, I'd be a little careful with this one, just because of this huge gap down area. And again, right around $10, there's another big gap down area. And you can see what happened last time. We tried to come through it, market open, and completely got crushed. So I'd be a little careful of getting kind of stuck in something like that. So I'm not really sure if we're going to be trading SAVA. I just do know there's a lot of volume on it, and it is running really nicely. Plus, that's the CEO share buybacks is always really powerful. And the last one I want to talk about the last one I want to talk about is IPHA. Now this one's a little different. It's 500 million market cap. It's actually quite large. It's basically a mid cap, 41 million share float. So that's not too bad. It's a French biotech gapping 50% today, and it's because it got accepted into their new, let's see, European Medical Agency accepts their regulatory submission for Lumoxiti. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. For a leukemia treatment. So pretty interesting news there. I didn't go through the full report, but guys, I mean, any sort of kind of big approval like that, especially, you know, how it is in the States with the FDA approvals, you know, these things can really, really run. I'm not sure how it's going to react to that 505 million market cap. I mean, it's basically already doubled since then, since pre-market. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just kind of put this one on the watch list. I think this is going to be really interesting to follow. We'll see what's kind of has the most dollar volume once the market opens. Right now, my watch list is sorted for dollar volume. There's a lot of also interesting picks as well. We have FCEL. This one's just been a continuous runner for the last few days. But you know, anything that's been running consistently for a few days, I get a little weary once it hits the, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth big green day. You know, at any moment this thing could really tank. Especially the breakouts get weaker and weaker. So yeah, most of my attention is going to be on SES with the opening bell. See if we can snag some sort of trade off the $8. Otherwise, you know, pause off. I only have one trade I can make today. Tuesday was pretty fun. We had the ability to make 3 trades. We did all 3. The first trade was unfortunately a big loser. The other 2 were green trades. The first one was about 1.3% profit, and the other one was like close to 5% profit. So it was still kind of a red day just because we got overly aggressive with that first trade, and that's a little unfortunate, but that's just how it is sometimes. I'll probably only be trading first and second breakouts, so pullbacks once the market opens, if it's already green on the day, so not red to green reversals like we did on Tuesday, because that put me on that sticky position. So this month as well, and a lot of these recap videos I'm going to be doing, I want to really focus on the best patterns. And December, we were up pretty nicely. We had a pretty good month, but then, you know, near the second half of the month, I got a little shaky. I was trying some new patterns. I was a little all over the place. So we kind of gave back some of the profits near the second half of the month, which, you know, wasn't the best, but it happens. You know, it's only our second month of the challenge, so there's still lots to learn. But it was kind of annoying to end that one so shaky at the end. So I want to really focus on what works and put more time into kind of studying that. Nice comment, Sebastian. I hope so too. I hope we have some real beauties today. Again, I only have one trade today, so we'll be taking it as cautious as possible. But if we see, you know, in the first few minutes, a nice entry, especially something breaking higher, we'll go right for it. I think that last one on our watch list, IPHA, has a really good chance of doing that. There's just so much to watch today, honestly. Our watch list is totally jam-packed with potential trades. Check out WATT as well. This one's really interesting. I'm not sure on the news about this one. Energous Corp says wireless technology to be used by steel maker. That's this morning. Ultra wideband tracking tags for steel producer. Okay, so partnership deal. I mean, that's always really, really good. Plus, as you know, this one sold off so extensively. Really small market cap, 56 million market cap, 31 million shares outstanding. Really nice, exactly in our range. And you know, pre-market, this thing's pretty interesting. It's not really moving that hard. You know, 19-20% gapping up. Could be a little bit more aggressive. But you know, finding some support here, so finding some really big support in this 1.9 area, already bouncing about 2.5% off of this area. So this one could be fun to watch. I'm gonna just put ahead, place an alert here above $2. So we get. There's so much to watch. I was just placing alerts all morning. Got to really kind of pick and choose today. It's just a lot of interesting stuff. I do have a limit order ready to go for SES about $8.07. Could be a quick, very quick trade in the morning. All right, we got another minute 40. So Tuesday, my watch said I had some irregular heartbeats. I think it was because there's just a lot going on. So today, and not even a lot going on in the market, you know, friends visiting, and then all these different plannings for New Year's, and just like my brain was like in 1,000 different places. So I think that's probably why my trading's been a little bit sloppy. So you know, just taking a step back and you know, not trading if we don't feel totally comfortable. It's been this kind of weird recurring theme where a lot of the last big losers that we had, I felt that like right before or like 10 seconds before the trade, I was like, you know, I'm not really sure about this one. And if I just went with my gut instinct and removed my limit order, we would have been able to remove all those big red losses. So if I have that feeling, I just want to, you know, act on that feeling very quickly. And yeah, just be ready for it. So we got 45 seconds till the market opens. Deep breaths, relax. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. These are the good times. I'm so excited for the weeks to come. I think January has the potential to be a really, really good month. We just gotta really focus and study what works, and you can keep on focusing on that. And then rinse and repeat just consistently. All right, 10 seconds till the market opens. Here we go. We're looking at SES, one of the biggest movers of the day just because pre-market 80% up right here. Really, really nice. Our watch list is going to shift a little bit just because it's being filtered for dollar volume. So you can see SES is moving its way to the top. IPHA is also moving its way to the top. Try to break out here, 10% right off the back, right out of the gates, really nice. Got to watch out here. There's going to be a lot of back holders that are going to be super happy to just dump on this stock. So that's why I'm not going to be trading this thing with these kind of moves. Okay, big sellers here so far. That was a 20% dip. Finding some support at $9. I'm going to move down my limit order just in case, see if $8 holds. I would like to see a confirmation. Very quickly, let's check out what else is going on. INPX. This is going to be a really interesting one to follow. There's going to be probably big support here at 1.14. IPHA, the big French one. So far, just pulling back. Should find some big support though. Big bounce already off the $9. I'm a little surprised that bounce was as big as it was. That was a 9% bounce. Really crazy. Here we go for the second dip. Remember, that was a 20% crash. And this could be an interesting trade. Let's see what happens. Went down to 8.6. Little recap here on this one. SES, 8 million market cap, tiny market cap, guys, 1 million float. That's an even smaller float. Dollar volume's looking pretty good at 18 million. New patent for delivering gas. FCEL has the highest dollar volume, also a giant market cap though. Very quickly, FCL, here it is, finding some support here at 2.6. Big gap down though. Like I said, you know, these you want to be really careful about, these ones that have been running for a while. SAVA also having a bit of a gap down near the 6.56 area. SES now at 9.95. Okay, let's kind of keep watching this one. Looks like $10 might be new resistance. That was a massive 5-minute candle. Remember, I only have one trade today, so I gotta be cautious. WATT. Check out this one's been on our watch list for a little bit. This one could really keep breaking higher. I do like this one, but very low dollar volume. Not sure if we're going to be trading this one. All right, SES is crashing again, now back at 9.1. And I just realized my microphone was on the wrong setting. Let me see if I can quickly change that. Tools, settings. All right, I hope that fixed that problem. That was a good little opportunity to do that. Don't really like doing stuff like that during the live stream, but sometimes it's necessary. Andrew asking, hey Alex, how come I can't buy? How come what are you trying to buy and where? All right, finding some support here, SES. I don't really feel like I would want to be buying though. This one's moving really fast, super fast, and with that 1 million market cap, whew. You know, it can really, really fly. So we got to be careful with this one. Remember, this was a former runner, and these former runners, sometimes when they break out already, you got to give them a little bit more time, because they oftentimes, when they have these big gap ups, they'll get crushed just because there's so many people that are on the wrong side of this trade. Big movement though, 12% already. I mean, quite intense little trading opportunities on this one. Sellers coming in now, 9.2. You can't open or close positions on this server. I'm really not sure about that. If you can take a screenshot and email to me, my email's in the video description below. I'd love to check that out and we could figure it out. Send a screenshot of the error and then I could try to maybe recreate it. I've never had that error message though. All right, SES breaking to the upside now. This is a similar trade that we had on Thursday, and I placed a limit order right here at 9.32, for example. Let's just say it was the same situation. We had a break to the upside on this red to potentially green move. Basically, I had an entry. I was looking for a continuation to the upside, and then the price completely cracked down here, and we weren't able to get out quick enough, and I took like one of the bigger losses, about like 8.5% loss. So again, I want to be a little cautious on these moves. And I would rather only do these as they're already green. So moving to the upside, finding support here, moving to the upside. So I'm not going to do this kind of trade again. This is that breakout kind of pullback, but that's without the momentum behind it, I guess you could say. So it's already sold off. So you want to be careful with those. This will be really, really interesting to watch though. Big support at 9.3. The bounce is looking a little shaky. I would be very careful with this one. So this thing already had a 20% pullback. If we wanted to have another 20% pullback to maybe $8, yeah, so it's definitely a potential trade opportunity. Right now we're a bit below $8. I would like to see kind of $8 hold. So let's see what kind of entry we can get on this one. Really quickly, let's just check out what else is moving. FCEL, the highest dollar volume, 52 million. Moving back to the upside here, finding some big support at that 2.55 area. Really, really nice. Let's see what happens with it. SAVA, another one of the top picks. I hope the volume and everything is better now. Let's hope for the best. You never know with these live streams, anything can go wrong. Okay, having some slower internet. I'm not sure why. SAVA also pulling back a little bit. Up still 25% on the day because of that pre-market gap up. This new support right here, which was support, could be new resistance. I'd be a little careful with this one. SES. Looks like that 9.3 area might be support. Again, this was the trade that we kind of made on Tuesday, and it really cost us a position. So I don't want to do that same trade setup. I'd rather study it a bit longer and really get comfortable with it. All right, now it's breaking to the upside. 9.84, good chance it's going to be cracked. Just keep watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hope it doesn't get cracked. I kind of hope it dips. But hey, the market doesn't care what I want. Could really just only wait and see. Wait till we find perfect little setup. Boom! This one pushes to the upside, 13%. Yeah, I mean, whew, that's tough. I mean, that's exactly the trade we made Tuesday, and that same exact setup cost us 8%. So got to really watch out with these. I wonder what my overall stats are on these exact setups. I'm gonna have to look that up. See if I can arrange my trade journal a little bit neater. All right, now it's selling off though. It's a very short-lived breakout. Looks like 930 might not hold. $920. 8, 9, 9, 980. We're getting really close to, so we hit 880. This looks like a breakdown bounce right now. This is an opportunity to get out of a position that is no longer favorable. And I think a lot of people might be doing that right now. Remember that 9.3 was support. Now it looks like it might be new resistance. Let's keep a close eye on this one. Looks like we have two SES. This is very quickly SAVA. Okay, here's the crack. This was the one I was talking about. Just gonna be a little careful with it. 8.7. I think my current limit order might be a little too conservative because I think there is a good chance we might hit 8, but I don't know if we're going to break 8. Let's see how far this one goes down. Again, my limit order is at 7.8. If this thing keeps moving the way it is, it might get halted. Big support here at 8.67. Phew. I could watch this all day. All the markets are up right now. The Nasdaq's up 1%, really, really nice. VIX is down 3.5%. Bitcoin's also down. Bitcoin has not had, the last 3 months were not Bitcoin's months. 5% bounce right here. Tomorrow we're going to have 3 trades, so let's see what happens. I really want to just start this month off as relaxed as possible. We had pretty good days, but it was always that first trade I made in the morning open that kind of cost us a little bit. Otherwise, we could have ended December really, really up, so I want to just kind of keep that in mind. I think the recap video today could be really interesting if I make it on when to buy first pullbacks, because that's what we had here. We had the breakout and then we had the pullback, right? Back to 9 point. Actually, the pullback was here. So we had a breakout here, pullback. This could have been a 9% trade. That could have been good. But, you know, as I was saying, I didn't like it because this is the same trade that got us that, you know, big loss. SES really needs to break above the 9.2 if it wants to maintain its highs, I believe. Otherwise, I think $8, we're going to be seeing it really, really soon here. FCEL trying to break the 95 right now. It's a really nice run it's having in this area. I'm going to put a little alert here. Let's see if we break higher. Create. And the other one, the French company, IPHA. I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. I think it's a really interesting pick. Not that much activity going on right now, but I do like how it's forming somewhat of a bottom in this area. Check it out right here at 7.78, looking really, really good. You know, kind of some selling momentum though off the gate. Want to be a little cautious with this, but also, you know, a big break to the upside wouldn't even give you that much of a reward. So it's going to be a little cautious on that one. Hope, Andrew, that you got your trading setup to be working again. If it's not, just take a screenshot of it and send it over. I would love to check it out. My email information is in the video description below. Guys, remember, SES is still in morning panic mode. Big selling going on in this one. Just be careful. So we're 20 minutes into the market open right now. This is usually when I would want to stop, you know, looking for those gap and go strategies. So those first and second pullbacks on something that's moving higher with big green opening volume. And I would start looking for, you know, potential reversals, big support areas, and maybe some red to green moves. So right now, for probably from 3:55 local time, or I should say 9:55 for ease of you guys, to like 10:15. I typically don't do much trading, or I want to limit my trading because I've noticed that area, that specific block, I've made a lot of mistakes. So trading, unfortunately, isn't an exact science, so it's always different. But, you know, if you notice patterns, you got to respond to them. So all these things down here that aren't really trading, you can kind of disregard them. Especially because, you know, if you're trading with a position size of $10,000, which is our goal to do soon, you know, you won't even be able to do entries and exits in a lot of these trades. So you want to be looking for stuff that's really, you know, dollar volume in the, you know, at least I would say over 2, but really over 10. So really these are the top 3 we're looking at. But, you know, if these things are consistently moving upwards, there can be a lot of potential on them for sure. SES is selling off. Take this opportunity to look at some of the other ones. FCEL pulling back now. Always keep an eye on the 5-minute chart. It's always really interesting to see if you can identify some really key support and resistance zones. And like this one, 267 was the kind of key support and resistance area. So just buying after we broke above that again right here would have been a really nice trade. So, you know, break out from this area, pull back, and then, you know, getting that run.
That's a 10% move. Really, really nice. Just yeah, that's another one of those trades that we made that I kind of want to avoid for a little bit until I get a little bit more comfortable with them. This is also a failed breakout here. Try to break past 2.94, just was not able to do it. Maybe I'll try again later today. A lot of selling pressure. This 15-minute EMA is kind of pulling it down. Looking, SAVA is not looking too bad. I don't like the amount of resistance above it. Also failed breakout. Finding some support here in this area, but probably won't be trading this one at all. INPX is a little below our dollar volume or our dollar amount that we typically want to be trading, but it is breaking to the upside, and this thing kind of has clear sailing. So it's breaking past this 1.62 area, and there's not a lot of resistance above it. So this could be in theory a really, really nice trade, but look at how many reverse splits it has, probably a bunch of dilution. I mean, this thing will never recover. So any sort of spike, there could be so much selling pressure going on in this one. But, since this pullback right here, 17%, little move to the upside. I mean, not bad at all. IPHA, the French biotech, starting to make some nice moves here. What I also like about this one is that it has, it's a fairly new IPO and it doesn't have a lot of resistance in this area. So once it moves up, you don't know how far this is going to go. There's no reference points on this one. So these are really, really exciting. I'm going to tighten up my alerts on this one. What could be a really good entry on this is a little pullback here, 7.87. I think it's finding some support in this area, but let's kind of let it play out a little bit longer. I might trade this after the live stream. Typically around 10 Eastern Standard Time, I will wrap up the live stream. I'm sure you guys already know that, but for everyone new here, I just want to kind of rehash that information. And then I trade 10 to 11 as well, but off the live stream. So suspenseful. To me, going live actually kind of puts a lot of pressure on me, like according to my watch. So I like to see, how my trading styles differ, when I'm being watched, I guess you can say. So it's kind of like a social experiment a little bit. IPHA looking really good. Honestly, it's kind of a cool pick. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing, ran past 10 the next day or two. Just very slow mover for what we're trying to do. SES around 10 o'clock, 10:15. This might be a really good buy. It's trying to break again to the upside, but it's just completely getting whopped every time. But these moves are really nice. Just in 3-4 minutes, you could be making 5-10%. So really, really awesome moves. So we had here is a little rounded bottom, crack to the downside, little rounded bottom here, pull back, trying to find some support. Probably going to try to break past this 9.5 area. If it breaks past this 9.5 area, I think it could really quickly run to 10. Find some resistance there. IPHA pulling back here. This could be that really nice entry we were talking about, but I'm going to let this one go a little bit longer. Maybe another 10 minutes before we potentially do an entry in this one. Could be a really nice hold though today. I'm just gonna keep a close eye on this one. Kind of just like a really fun little market open. Nothing that I wanted to trade super much, but I actually really enjoy the days where, you know, there's not like 1,000 picks and I can't make up my mind which one to do, or not 1,000, but I would say like over 3. Today was kind of like nothing. I mean, there was a lot on the watch list, but none of them were kind of doing what we wanted with the market open. So that's why I'm a little, you know, pause off today. 8.5 would have been a good little bounce area here, but you know, calling that move would have been really, really tough. Here we go. This is the really interesting one. So first one we had here, we had, you know, break it back above this 9.3 area, try to break out, pull back. That could have been a good entry. That could have been, you know, a 9% trade or something like that. Here we're having it again. You know, we broke back down under the support zone, held the 9.16 was big resistance, pulled back, broke above it, you know, pulled back again here. This could have been an entry around 3%, didn't enter though. And now it looks like it could continue a little rally to the upside. Again, I'm not going to trade this one just because, like I said, you know, this is the same position. This is the same exact chart pattern that put us in that sticky trade. And I would rather kind of look into that position a little bit more. That pattern a little bit more, kind of watch it, study it a little bit before I go ahead and jump on it again like crazy. Here we go, pulling back. Maybe this is going to be a new short pattern. So it is officially 10 o'clock. I'm going to let this go on maybe another 1 or 2 minutes just to kind of see on SES so we can see in the playback. I love watching these playbacks, and I love seeing how kind of the price action unfolds. But that's also why I do the market recap video. So then you can really see how it really played out the rest of the day, or at least, you know, for the next few hours, and what I, you know, could have potentially traded with that. So yeah, it looks like it's pulling back now. So in the recap video, you might see me trade this one. I think there's a really, really good chance I will trade it. Remember, we only have 1 trade to do today, and I'm not going to lie, IPHA, it's got me feeling all warm and fuzzy inside. Maybe I'm going to have to trade this one as well. I don't know. Big moves, big moves. We do have an order right now at 7.8. All right, guys. The question is, will I trade this one? 8.8 right now. Our limit order is about $1 away. So if you want to know if I trade this one, don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new here. Hit that like button if you appreciate this content or find this content interesting. It'll make my day, and it's always really interesting to get some feedback. I'm going to be trading for another hour, so let's see what happens. You'll see me again in the trading recap. I'll be uploading that video probably the next 2-3 hours, maybe 4 hours, really depending on how much I want to put in the video in terms of, you know, like sometimes I just let the charts, you know, keep running so we can have a better bird's eye view during the recap videos. You know, this trade could take another 10-15 minutes before we find an entry. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really smooth start to the new year. No trades, but that's also good. You don't have to trade every day, and it's sometimes really good to practice that. I'll see you guys again later today and then tomorrow to trade the market open. Till next time, guys, stay safe. And like always, make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.